Hello, my name is Hari Meka, and I am creating a video tutorial on how to download and use Zoom on behalf of Recruity for the Baltimore Department of Aging. So, the first step to downloading Zoom on a Mac is go to a browser, whether it be on Safari, Firefox, Chrome. Any of those will work. Just go to google.com and type in download Zoom Mac because we are on a Mac. And we want to click the first link, or if it's not the first link, it should say Download Center uh, hyphen Zoom dash Zoom. And when you click the link, you should come to a page that just looks just like this. It should have Download Center at the top, and it should have um, a blue download button, and we want to click this download button, and it will take us to a small button at the top right hand corner of your Safari window, which has a downwards arrow. We want to click that downwards arrow button, and we see that there will be a file which has the name zoom dash 5.pkg, but usually the number varies. It doesn't have to be zoom dash 5. It could be zoom dash 2, zoom dash 1, but the file should look like this. I'm going to double click this file, and it'll open up an installer. So this installer, it gives you a short introduction. After you've read the introduction, feel free to click continue. Next, you want to select the destination. So if you have multiple users on this computer, you could either decide to install it for all of the users, or if you just want to install it for yourself, you could just click on this little house right here, and it'll install it for just you. This bottom part just tells you how much storage it'll take up on your computer, and you want to click continue after you're done with this tab. Next, it'll take you to the installation type, and you can read this. You could change your install location. If not, if you think it's all good and you're ready to download Zoom, you can just press this button on the bottom right hand corner, which says install, and it is now you are now installing Zoom. Give it some time, and there you have it. You have now just downloaded Zoom. So you should have a message that pops up when it does say when you do successfully download Zoom, and Zoom will open now, and it'll bring you to something just like this. I'm signed in currently, but if I was to sign out or didn't have an account, then you would come to a page like this. So if you come to a page like this, just sign up for free. It is free. You can sign in if you want. You can sign in with your Google account. If you don't want to sign up through Zoom, you can also sign up with Facebook or SSO. Since you have now successfully installed it, you can close this installer. You could keep it, or you can move it to trash. You probably won't need it ever again if you decide to keep Zoom. Now, again, as I said, you could sign up for free using Zoom, or you could use your Google account or Facebook account. I'll use Google, and we choose an account right here, and I'll choose this one. And after you've signed in, and after everything is set, we do want to press allow. And so now we have signed in, and we have a new meeting, join, schedule, and share screen as our 4 main buttons. It gives this right hand side gives us the time, the date, and this is the home screen of the Zoom app on the Mac. There's different tabs here. There's chat, meetings, contacts. But let's look at home first. So here's If you want to start a meeting, then you can go click new meeting. If you want to join a meeting, click join meeting. If you do want to join a meeting, you have to have a certain code that a person has to send to you in order for you to actually join their meeting. So let's say you want to start a meeting. You have to click this new meeting right here, and there I am. So if you want to connect to the audio, then you obviously have to click this button which says join with computer audio. So now you can hear and talk to someone. So we have buttons all over all over the bottom of Zoom. There's mute, stop video, security, participant, chat, share screen, record, and reactions. And at the very bottom right, there's end meeting. Let's drag this to the center real quick. So let's get started with mute. So mute is self-explanatory, really. If you want to talk and you want other people to hear you, you don't want to click this button because then you'll actually be muted. And now, as it says here, uh, if you want to be heard and you want to be if you want to talk, then you have to be unmuted. Um, if you don't want to talk, then you just have to press this again, and now there's a message that will come up saying you're muted now. But if by chance you forget that you're muted and you want to talk, but you just forget, it's fine. Zoom will tell you. You can actually just test it right now. I muted it and I'm talking now, and there's a message that you see pops up. It says you are muted now, and it just asks you to unmute if you want to talk. This being said, that's all the mute button does. If you press this arrow right here, top right of this mute button, it actually can change where you hear the meeting from. You can connect to a Bluetooth device. You can, if your speaker or microphone isn't working, you can test it out and see what the problem is, or if you just test if it's working or not. You can completely leave the audio but remain in the meeting, and yeah, that's it. So that's the mute button. Yeah. The camera button or the stop video button is also just like the mute button. There's only two primary functions. There is either you have a video like I have on right now, and you don't have a video. So I just stopped my video, and you can see for not only the camera but for the mute. So you can see that a red slash appears through the microphone and the camera. If you do see this red slash, that means your microphone isn't on or your camera isn't on, depending on which button you clicked. So similar to the microphone, the video button has a small arrow in the top right hand corner. You can click it, and this shows the different cameras you have on right now. It also has a choose a virtual background and choose video filter, some fun stuff you can play with. Right here, for example, if I don't like my background behind me, I can just change it to something else. But keep in mind, as it says here, you do have to download. Okay. All right. Now to security. Security is just if you are the host, you will be able to lock the meeting, enable waiting room, high profile pics, and when it says lock meeting, it just means that no other participants can come inside the meeting anymore. No new participants can come inside or join the meeting. If you this only pertains to if you are the host. Allow participants to these four tabs right here, or 1, 2, 3, 4, sorry, 5 tabs here, can decide whether participants have the right to use the chat, rename themselves, unmute themselves, start their video, or share their screen. So next up is participants. This is the entire list of participants, and yeah, that's basically it. If you are the host, you can ask a participant to unmute. However, you cannot force them to unmute. Um, However, even though you can force them to unmute, you can mute them forcefully if uh, you want to. There's a more tab right here, a more button here. This just allows you to rename yourself or edit the profile pic. All right, the chat is next. The chat works uh, uh, for everyone, and this chat allows you to speak to everyone or to speak to individual participants or a group of participants privately. Because there's only one participant in this meeting right now that I started, um, uh, I can't really type or chat with anyone individually, but you can. This chat is pretty useful. You can type again, as mentioned before, publicly or privately. Share screen. Uh, so the share screen button actually is multi-purposeful. You can share it with. You could share any window here. You could share your Safari or your basically any screen you have open on your Mac right now. You could share your whiteboard, your iPhone, iPad via AirPlay, or iPhone, iPad via cable. So iPhone, you can share this your iPhone slash iPad via AirPlay or cable. So the cable meaning a USB port connected to the iPhone, and AirPlay is just a screen mirroring basically that you will see in the control center of your iPhone if you do have an iPhone. But if you don't have an iPhone um, and you want to share this, the Mac will not connect via AirPlay, obviously because Androids don't have AirPlay. But back to share screen. Whiteboard is useful too. Whiteboard can allow you to draw, to type, and to erase. There is, say you want to show someone what 3 times 5 is, you could either type it in 3 times 5, or you could draw this in 3 times 5. Obviously, drawing will be a little messy because it's not like writing on paper. You have to draw it on the trackpad of your Mac. But that being said, it's still useful because there's a text option. And if you want to clear all your drawings, then all you have to do is just press this clear button right here. With it's a trash can symbol, and you could either clear the viewer's drawings, your drawings, or just every single drawing. I'll do all drawings. You could download this drawing. You could undo, redo, format, just what color you want. Line width is just a thickness, and eraser allows you to erase something you just drew. Spotlight, it's like a pointer type thing, and that's basically. Oh yeah, there's stamps. If you wanna, you know, say that someone is correct or not, you could just stamp this on the screen. It's a pretty cool thing. The whiteboard is very useful for Zoom, and I would recommend using it. All right. Next is the record button. This just records your meeting. As it says here, make sure you're unmuted if you want to record the audio. Um, if you don't want to record the audio, you could just again say as you can see here, there's a button that says record without audio. Just press this, and meeting audio may not be fully recorded. If you want to pause the recording, there's a button right here, resume, right there. Just press it again. And if you want to stop the recording entirely, just stop the recording. Reactions is just a funny, or not fun little add-in. Uh, Zoom has, there's, applause, thumbs up, heart, joy, surprise, and ta-da. But there's also a raise hand button, and this again, if you want to ask a question or something, the raise hand could be obviously will be useful if you don't want to interrupt the speaker, and lower hand when you have asked your question. And that's basically it for the main parts of Zoom. There's again this end button at the bottom right corner just effectively ends the meeting. You have to press this if you wanna if you accidentally press the end button, just press the cancel button, which is in the same place the end button was that you clicked on. If you are the host and decide that the meeting is done for everyone, you could end meeting for all. Or if you're decide you just want to leave the meeting, then you can leave it by yourself, and someone else will be named host. Um, that's pretty much it. There's invite. You could invite somebody, depending on your contacts and email. You could meet everyone at the same time. And this more tab is very similar to the security tab over here. But other than that, that's really it. Yes, make sure you remember the primary aspects of Zoom, whether it be the unmute, the start video, or really any tabs at this bottom part of the Zoom interface. But that's it. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope this helps you.